Joining us right now from the town of Niagara on the Lake, we have Kevin Turcotte, Director of Operations. And Kevin, parks in Niagara on the Lake, there was some controversy a couple of weeks ago whether or not the town was going to bring in portable washrooms or open the washrooms at Simcoe Park. You decided to finally open those washrooms. How did that decision come about?
We had a plan May 15th to open up our public washrooms, and that's to kind of address some of the issues we were seeing in our parks, people not using them how we were hoping to use them when they visit our town. And so we opened up our Queens Royal Park, which is right down by the beach. We opened that up, one per washroom, and we had a staff in front to kind of regulate and who goes out. We were following Niagara Region Public Health guidelines of we'll shut it down every hour to disinfect high-touch surfaces. And then we also opened Market Street washrooms, which is in behind the courthouse. So again, that was one person per. After the weekend, and it's being extremely busy and lines were getting longer, we decided that the following weekend, in consultation with public health, is that we could handle our capacity a little bit better within the washrooms and still provide the social distancing and the cleaning requirements from public health. So we were actually able to increase our capacity. So we went from 2 to 15, which was great at Market Street, which kind of reduced the lines and reduced people kind of congregating in those areas. Market Street, we increased from 2 to 7, which was also really good. And we actually were able to open up Simcoe Park washrooms to handle the overflow of people. So we were able to open those up and accommodate 5 people at those ones.
There was a lot of tourists coming into the town over the last 2 or 3 weekends, especially on those sunnier days. A lot of concern about whether or not people were continuing to follow social distancing guidelines. Is it really something that a town like Niagara on the Lake can enforce? And if so, how?
We enforce all the provincial orders that come down from the province. We have our bylaw officers, and we actually have a Parks Ambassador program where depending on what week we're in, last week it was different rules than this week, and they just kind of change from week to week. So we have Parks Ambassadors that encourage people to socially distance. At the last weekend before, they weren't allowing people to sit on park benches and have picnics. So we were having our Parks Ambassadors kind of letting people know that's not really allowed and to kind of keep moving. Then this following weekend, it changed again. So then we were changing our messaging to people as well. We were doing that in both of our downtown parks.
You cut the ribbon last summer on the new pickleball courts in Virgil. They're open now. Are there any changes to how things are taking place at the pickleball courts? Any social distancing guidelines in particular?
We've been working with the Niagara Lake Pickleball Club and the Niagara Lake Tennis Club for the re-entry into those courts. Safe return to play. So that's what we're kind of calling the phased. Right now we're in phase 1 of opening up those courts, and we're kind of keeping it to, as a rough idea, singles matches, that you bring balls that are marked with your personal markings so that you're only touching your balls, and if you're passing it back and forth, it's with a paddle or with your foot. Trying to limit the social distancing, not switching sides. If they're going to switch sides, go on the opposite sides of the court. Kind of natural ones where you try and stay away, but still get that exercise that everybody's craving.
Thanks for your time today, Kevin.